Hollywood has long been a source of fascination and intrigue for people around the world. Over the years, many celebrities have become household names, revered for their talent, beauty, and charisma. However, alongside the glamour and glitz of Tinseltown, there is also a darker side. Today, we will uncover a Hollywood scandal that's been hidden away for far too long. From secret rendezvous to explosive fallout, we'll be diving deep into the scandalous details of the torrid love affair between Edward Furlong and Jacqueline Domac, and the scandal's impact on their careers. So buckle up and get ready to be transported back in time to the forgotten Hollywood scandal that no one saw coming. This is the Forgotten Hollywood Scandal, Edward Furlong and Jacqueline Domac's affair. Now, let's start from the beginning. Edward Furlong didn't have a fairy tale beginning. Furlong's home life was difficult, and after a disagreement with his mother, he was sent to live with his aunt and uncle in Hollywood. In September 1990, at the age of 13, Furlong was hanging around the Pasadena Boys Club near his mother's home when he was spotted by Molly Finn, the casting director for Terminator 2. Despite having no prior acting experience, Finn encouraged Furlong to audition for the lead role of John Connor, and he ended up beating out 100 other candidates for the part. Terminator 2 Judgment Day was a huge hit, grossing over $500 million worldwide. He quickly became a teenage heartthrob and was touted as the next big thing in Hollywood. He was praised for his performance in the movie and was nominated for several awards, including a Saturn Award for Best Performance by a Younger Actor. However, his personal life was far from perfect. Furlong had a troubled childhood and family issues. Furlong's rise to fame and wealth caused more problems in his family as they fought over his custody. His mother, aunt, and uncle, and court-appointed lawyer were all involved in the dispute. Now here comes the start of his downfall. In a matter of months, Furlong's guardianship vacuum made way for a relationship with a shocking age difference. The affair. This is where Jacqueline Louise Domac comes in. Domac, who was then 26 and married, met Furlong on the set of Terminator 2 after she was hired as his stand-in. It was said that the two got along well. When Furlong's guardians said that she would be a good tutor for Furlong, Domac went back to college to get a postgraduate qualification in teaching. Domac then became Furlong's private teacher, but it wasn't long before their connection started to raise suspicions. In 1992, Domac joined the crew of the drama A Home of Our Own as a tutor for the film's 6 underage actors, one of whom was Furlong. This was Furlong's 4th movie. His other movies were Pet Sematary 2 and American Heart, which were smaller in scale than Terminator 2 but were still received positively. However, according to a 1994 article by Entertainment Weekly, quote, after Domac was discovered wrestling playfully with Furlong and another child on the floor of her classroom, the film's producers fired her. Furlong's aunt and uncle, who were his guardians at the time, didn't think Domac had done anything wrong, so they kept her on as his private teacher. In 1993, they also hired her as a social worker so that she could check on Furlong's well-being on the set of his next film, Brain Scan. But the situation quickly spiraled out of control. Nancy, the actor's aunt, grew suspicious of Domac and Furlong's relationship and expressed her concerns to the tutor. Instead of denying any wrongdoing, Domac replied with a disturbing statement, quote, I know how much power I have over Eddie. I know I can make him do anything I want. To make matters worse, Furlong moved in with Domac in September of that year, and he started financially supporting her with his monthly allowance of $2,500. Meanwhile, Domac began divorce proceedings from her husband. The situation escalated even further when Furlong's aunt and uncle filed a complaint with the police in January 1994, accusing Domac of statutory rape. The police questioned Furlong, but the complaint was eventually dismissed. However, Furlong decided to cut ties with his family and obtained legal emancipation from them. According to a 1994 New Yorker article, Furlong and Domac claimed that they had fallen in love during the summer of 1993 and started dating openly. When journalist Vernon Scott met with Furlong for an interview, he was shocked to see Domac holding the teen's hand and attending the interview with him. The affair was kept under wraps for a while, but eventually the news broke. Furlong and Domac were spotted together at several public events, and rumors started to spread about their relationship. Furlong's fans were shocked and disappointed, and the media went into a frenzy. However, Furlong and Domac continued their relationship despite the public backlash. He once revealed to Cosmopolitan, quote, "Jackie has been my rock. She accompanies me wherever I go. Otherwise, we'd feel incomplete without each other." Despite the earlier controversies, Domac remained in Furlong's inner circle and acted as his quasi-manager. She supported him through his roles in Before and After, Pecker, and American History X, in which Furlong showcased his impressive range as an actor. Their relationship lasted until October 1998, at which point Furlong was 21 and Domac was 34. Both of them maintained that they had never engaged in any sexual activity while Furlong was still underage. However, in 1999, Domac accused Furlong of being a violent domestic abuser and claimed that he owed her $110,000 in a lawsuit against him. She alleged that he had subjected her to emotional distress and a stream of, quote, verbal abuse, threats, violent outbursts, and outrageous and unlawful attacks. After their separation, Furlong went on a wild partying spree. He battled drug and alcohol addiction, which led to a months-long stint in rehab in 2001. His partying reached a boiling point when he was hospitalized after blacking out. Domac helped him get on a plane to a treatment facility, but that was likely the last time they saw each other. Domac now works as a blogger and educator under the name Jackie Day. Furlong later regretted his relationship with Domac and in a 2006 interview with People magazine called it a mistake. Quote, "If I could go back in time and erase that relationship, I would. Nobody told me that it wasn't good for me." That same year, Furlong tied the knot with Rachel Bella and they welcomed a son in September. However, their marriage was rough as Furlong's drug and alcohol abuse took a toll on their relationship, leading to their divorce in 2009. Furlong was sentenced to 180 days in jail in January 2013 after being arrested for domestic battery against his then-girlfriend, Monica Kina. In 2017, Furlong was arrested again for being under the influence of an illicit substance while trying to check into a hotel. He was given a suspended sentence of 36 months on probation, provided he complete a 6-month drug rehab program, and he has been sober ever since. Furlong has been open about how his addictions affected him and his loved ones. He is currently enjoying a happier life and has a, quote, wonderful relationship with his son. He now feels better about himself. Furlong appreciates the simplicity of his life now and the fact that he wakes up not having to worry about going to jail or being hungover. He hopes to continue living a sober life as it is the best thing he has ever done. Furlong's life definitely went downhill after meeting Domac. Although their scandal was widely known at the time, it has since been largely forgotten. However, it is a cautionary tale about the dangers of child stars being left without appropriate guardianship and the exploitation that can result. Furlong and Domac's relationship was extremely exploitative. But the scandal is not just about them. It's also about the larger culture of Hollywood and the industry. It's about the power dynamics and exploitation that exists, and the way that young, vulnerable actors are often taken advantage of. So, what did we learn from the scandal involving Furlong and Domac's affair? Well, it's that exploitation and abuse can happen in any industry, and that it's important to hold those in positions of power accountable for their actions. We can learn that consent is crucial and that healthy relationships are built on trust and respect. And we can learn that by speaking out and taking action, we can create a better world for ourselves and for future generations. Remember, it's up to each of us to create a world where exploitation and abuse are not tolerated, and where everyone is treated with the respect and dignity that they deserve. While the media may have moved on from this scandal, the impact it had on these individuals' careers and personal lives cannot be forgotten. It definitely rocked the entertainment industry to its core. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.